This is part 3, and I just want to show you some building enhancements that we can do using SketchUp. I started with this basic building shape. This is the roof line that I showed you in part 2. So what I want to do, make sure nothing's selected, I want to take these roof surfaces right here and pull them out. Now, if I use my push-pull tool and I pull this surface out, it's going to pull this actual surface right here. It doesn't give me the roof line, the maybe shingles or some sort of roofing material. It doesn't give me that look. So instead, I'm using my control key to help. Holding down the control key on the keyboard, there's now a plus sign attached to the hot spot of my push-pull tool. So I'll click once to activate the tool. And as I'm pulling away then, you can see that I'm pulling a copy of that out. Okay? And I can watch down here in the lower right-hand corner. It's down here in this area. I can watch the distance so I can make these match. So I'll pull this out. I'll go with 7 5/8. Click to deactivate the tool. There's that one. I'll orbit around to the other side. Control key, held down. Click on this surface and begin pulling away. I'm going to Control Z because I don't think I quite got it. Start again, Control key, there's the plus sign. Click, start pulling the surface away. Somewhere 7 1/4 will be fine. That one's done. Orbit around to the other side. Try this one again. Push-pull tool. Holding down on the control key. Tap. And as close to 7 1/4 as I can get. Later on, I'll show you how to put type in direct dimensions, but we'll go with just eyeballing at this point. Whoops. There we go. Now I can use my push-pull tool again, and I can pull these out over the sides of the house, like that. This part up here in the top, we can fill that in. Here's one option for you. I'll use my pencil tool, and I'm going to draw a line to connect these two endpoints together to close off that little tiny triangle right there. I'll then orbit around to the other side. Push-pull tool. I'll go get that surface, that tiny triangle surface right there, and I'll pull it on across. And then that closes off my roof line. Orbiting around then, I can continue to pull these surfaces out, making more of a roof line. Orbit a little bit. Sliding that out. I'll orbit around to the other side. Do the same thing over here, push-pull tool. Click to activate the tool, pull that out. Click to activate the tool, pull that out. Go get the little top of my triangle up there, click, and pull that out. So something like that for building a house. And then some enhancements that can be done using the textures tool right here, our materials. I'll put this palette over here. I can go through the list, and these are all the different things that I could use for materials. So I'll go with roofing, pull something out there, and at some point I made a little bit of a mistake, so I'm just going to have to touch these up just a little bit. I'll then now orbit around the other side. Same material is active right here, and tap those things there. And then I could use color then. I'll just scroll up a little bit to the colors. let those load. I'll choose a dark gray then that I can tap these portions to show on the housing. I'll orbit around. Same tool again. Orbiting around. Tapping these right here. And that little bit right there. I'll make the house a different color. Sticking with our colors. Maybe make the house a lighter gray. Touching the walls here for a paint color like that. Okay, so there's just some basics on that house. The trick was I was using the control key with the push-pull tool to pull the surface, a copy of the surface out, not the actual surface. Some other tools that we've used up here, if I use my selection tool, and I could get everything selected inside, this is a scaling tool. I'll click the tool, and it puts this bounding box around the outside. I can go to one of the corners then, and I can size the whole item down if needed. That's using the scaling tool. Don't get it confused with the push-pull tool. They both have a square with an arrow, but this is scaling down here. You'll notice that a lot of these tools are also listed over here on the side. They just do the same thing. They're just stored on two toolbars. The move tool allows me then to move that item around if needed. Okay. And let's see, offset tool, scaling tools there, push, pull, move. This is a free-form drawing tool. This is a polygon tool, arc tool, circles, things like that. Okay. Finally, let me do the rotation tool. This will be our last thing. I'll orbit around here. Right now my house is sitting, the long side is parallel to the green axis. So if I want to turn it so that my house is sitting short side to the green axis, I'm going to come and look at the top of my house here. Click the rotation tool. I need to put this rotation tool on the surface. I click once, click out from the side, and then turn my mouse, or sorry, just slide my mouse, and I'm rotating the object there. The tricky part with the rotation tool is making sure that you put the rotation tool on the right side of the object that you want to rotate. So since I wanted to rotate from long ways this way around to short ways, I had to use the top. If I wanted this object to spin and go upside down, I would need to rotate from this side and use the rotation tool and turn it this way. So that's something for you to experiment with sometime.